that can confirm hits or send adjustments. So the primary role of a mortar is to provide immediately available and responsive indirect fire. So this means you need to be able to get it out and get it, ranged in and all this quickly, so that you can send in fire support where you need it. This is to do to support the maneuver of the squad and reinforce the direct fire from the infantry on the ground shooting at the enemies. So if you combine indirect fire and direct fire, you have the means to do a maneuver or to suppress an enemy effectively, to hold them in position, and to provide close supporting fire to accommodate an assault. So they're the things you can use the mortar for if you're using to assault an enemy. Now, if you were to go defensive, using a mortar defensively, you can use it to button up armored vehicles, force the crew to hide back inside. You can use it to break up concentrations of enemy troops, force them to scatter a little bit, and to reduce the enemy's mobility and try and funnel them into a kill area or a kill box, and to deny the advantage of defilades. So you can kind of, if the enemy's in defilades, you can set up mortar positions, fire on them, force them to either come out or get killed by the mortar, at which point the direct fire from another team can then open fire. Yeah, any questions on any of that sort of stuff?
You said that we can use mortars to maneuver, conduct assaults, and so on and so forth. But there's a bit of a problem with that, in my opinion, since we have them integrated into our fire teams. And we usually only have a maximum of 2 fire teams. We have to have one of them go stationary to do any fire missions. So that hampers our ability to do all of that, which you described earlier. Have you guys thought about how to implement this tactically and organizationally in a different way, maybe?
So what I'm going to go into is obviously you need somebody to be spotting and ranging for the mortar, and usually it's the team lead. But I was going to go into how we can use the assistant gunner and have a separate, split the team off, so that you don't need the whole team back, supporting the mortar if they're in indirect fire positions. They're still hidden away from the enemy, and they don't need to take part in whatever assault it is, because we need every man we can get. Because it is such a small group of us, but ideally you'd use a mortar and assist with an assault, putting a suppression down on enemies.
So something to think of for a team leader, or at the beginning a squad leader, is to have if we've got enough guys, have a 5-man team with a grenadier carrying the mortar, maybe, so that at least you've got a semi-strong unit still with those 2 broke off.
I think how they used to do it during the Second World War, they'd have like heavy support teams. They'd have like a man with a HMG and somebody with ammo, and similar thing for the mortar. So a firing guy and a ranging guy, as you say, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But that would obviously be 4 men extra that we'd need, sort of thing. So
yeah, it's just numbers. Anyway,
yeah,
we'll sort that out. But our mortar is the Z99. It's a 60mm mortar, and it ranges from 100 meters to 1,235 meters, I think.
Along those lines. Quite far.
But the safe minimum range for a 60mm mortar is, 200 meters is minimum. You don't want to be firing on anything closer than that. And I think the shrapnel can still, fly up and come over close to you if you're any closer. So, 200 meters minimum range for this thing.
And land it at 100 if you absolutely want to, but that's kind of a...
Yeah, it is not a very good idea. I'd like everyone to grab a mortar if you'd like, out of these boxes and the ones on the side. There's one on each box. Grab some HE impact rounds as well.
Some like vectors or something.
They've all got
These
team
ones.
lead kits. Have you
How
not?
can they be? I see.
Yeah. Has everyone got team lead kits before you pick all the mortars up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have.
Empty.
And gather back round when you've got your mortar and your rounds.
What rounds? He rounds?
HE impacts here. They're the ones we're going to be using.
Ah,
So you've got like proximity ones, just don't worry about that. The ones we're ever going to use are HE impact or smoke or flares, but for this we're just going to use the impact ones.
On the multi-fusers, you set to impact as well, so you can
Alright.
just take them as additional
Like that's
impact.
followed in Mortar's
I
accounted
didn't know
for.
that. So there you go.
I picked one up and this is just good.
good.
Alright, so if you want to get your mortar out by self-interacting with Ace, you go deploy VZ. And the first thing you're going to see, once you've got it all out, is you've got these two levels and a blue line as you tilt forward and backwards. So these are for your charges. So when you load a mortar shell, you have charges. That's the amount of explosives underneath the mortar to determine how far it's going to go. So you got charge 0 on the left and charge 1 on the right.
Change
So-
between them by doing base interact.
Yeah, but for
Does
now,
that really work though? I mean, there's no feedback if you do that.
There's no feedback, but it does work.
Don't you have to reload first if you change it?
Yeah, and if you
Well,
already
yeah,
have
you
a
shouldn't
shell
be
loaded,
loaded
then
right
it might
now.
not.
you shouldn't be. You should have 0 in your top right corner.
No, if you change it, you can't reload anymore. I don't think.
Yeah, you can't
So-
reload it.
Whatever you put in there, I guess it has to be the right stuff.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people get confused as how you get a bearing when you're in this mode, because you can't just get off the mortar and get back in, facing the same direction. So what you do is you press M, and it brings the map up. Now, if you're running on a really bad resolution, you might have difficulty here. But your compass, you should be able to bring your compass up and see where the red line is pointing and read the numbers off that, like old school.
There
Anybody,
used to
can
be a
anybody
way
not see that?
Making the compass larger.
Can't you just get your bearing
Yeah.
before you get in the mortar?
That's the
And-
thing. Is yes, it's a bit tricky because you've got to ace interact and stuff, and that kind of throws you off.
Depends on how you have your self-interact ace set up. If you have it as a list with a cursor, then it's gonna be easier. But if you have it as a ADL menu, then you're gonna obviously move the mouse while you're selecting things.
Yeah, I mean, this is the way I find easiest for me. If the other way where you ace interact and check your bearing before you get in it, then that's fine, as long as you can get a bearing. Does anybody not understand what I'm
Still
talking
pretty
about?
hard on the map, and I'm playing on 1080p, which is, I think, a standard, not
Yeah.
bad resolution.
Yeah,
I usually use my compass before getting in, and then get in on that
that's
bearing
fair enough.
and sort of adjust.
So, yeah, you can. You don't have to use a compass at all. If you are for example, team lead, if you all want to come out your mortars for a second, team leads can do all this without using a rangefinder or a compass altogether. So if you want to come out your mortars and then bring your large C-tab up with Control and H,
So how did you get out of your mortar?
just scroll and get out.
Or V.
Yeah. Now everyone bring up your C-tab, your large C-tab, Control H. And the first thing you're going to notice is, you've got these 4 numbers in the bottom left corner, and as you move your mouse around, it changes the numbers. So it's important when you're a team leader giving range and bearing to your mortar crewman, you need to be stood as close to them as possible. Bearings, if you're like 10 feet away, 10 meters away, and you give a bearing, it's wrong for the person that you're giving it to. So you need to just be stood right next to them. And the way you can find out where an enemy is, for example, I'll put a C-tab marker down. Everyone see that C-tab marker to the south on the runway?
Yep.
0812.
Yeah.
So, for example, another team is requesting mortar fire to me. I can just bring my C-tab up, see the C-tab marker of where they want the fire, and you hover the mouse over it, and on the bottom left it gives you a bearing and a distance at the bottom two numbers. So for me it's 200 degrees and 485 meters. Which, so you don't need to use binoculars or compass to discover that. For example, if you are a AG and the team lead's busy, you can use your rangefinder. So if you want to bring your rangefinders out, I can look over at the white barn across the airfield there, and if you quickly press R and then hold R immediately after, and hold it until a red circle appears in the middle, and then you can let go. It'll give you two numbers. Everybody there?
Yeah.
If you're not there, just say. The number on the left is the distance, the number on the right is the elevation. Now, elevation with this mortar isn't too big of a deal. Unless you're firing up a massive mountain, which you wouldn't really use a mortar for, elevation shouldn't be too much of an issue. If it's, 50 meters, you can counteract a little bit. 50 meters up, you can fire it a little bit further. 50 meters down below you, you can fire it a little bit closer. But we shouldn't really worry about elevation too much.
One comment on that.
What's that?
In this case, the situation you're describing, you have an AG and a mortarman, correct?
Yeah.
And they have a direct line of sight on their target, correct?
Yeah, this is the disadvantage I was going to come to.
Alright, don't let me bother you then.
Yeah,
Go
so if the AG wants to, direct the mortar crewman, they have to have direct line of sight. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So the advantage of the team leader doing it is that they can do it without seeing the target.
Ow.
Okay.
What was that?
Miss tipped and G. Sorry. Hello.
Okay.
What's the word we use for that?
Fumble.
Get
Alright.
down.
Run.
Oh, that's good. Then
Yeah, so
No one seems hurt.
everyone understands, the bearings and the elevation thing. You can use the vector to get an elevation as well as a bearing.
Yeah, so what,
Yeah.
I know you can do it. What was the controls again? say
You
R
tap
and then
R and then hold down R afterwards, and then it comes up with the two numbers instead.
Only if you change your keybinds though.
Yeah, that's the default keybind, is the one I've told you.
By default, it's bound to two different keys, as far as I know.
There's three
There's
different
one
modes.
key for the azimuth, and there's one key for the range.
There's default
This-
Apex and then there's default Arma free, so
Yeah.
Default to get both numbers up at once is you tap R and hold down R.
you're on. I think you're on default Apex. I think.
regardless of what the buttons are for you guys, where are the controls for it? That's all we need to know.
Let me look.
Okay.
Configure controls, configure add-ons, and you drop it down and go to
Ace equipment it's in.
Basic.
base equipment, and then you've got vector azimuth key and vector distance key. And if you bind both of them to one key, you can get both of the information
Yeah,
with one
that's
key
how I've
press.
got it. So, but what's Chroma talking about? Changing the mode.
I'm not
No,
familiar
I
with
just tap R and then hold down R, and it gives me the azimuth and the elevation.
Yeah, so if you bind both of those to R, the way it works is if you tap R, it will give you the bearing. But if you press and hold R, it will give you the bearing and then the distance as well.
Right, so not the elevation.
No elevation as far as I know.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
distance, not elevation, surely. Yeah.
Distance.
No, mine gives me both.
Oh.
When Chroma says
Yeah, same,
elevation, I think he means the elevation you need to set for the mortar. This value is a distance to a target, from your position to a target. When you translate that to artillery terms, practical artillery terms, the way they adjust a fucking
I see.
pipe
Yeah.
up and down is called elevation. Isn't that what you mean, Chroma?
Yeah, you get
Okay.
you get azimuth and elevation from one setting on this
See what you're saying.
vector. I was under the impression that this was a default keybind because I haven't changed mine.
No,
I haven't changed mine either. Worked for me as
And
well.
you get it, yeah.
Yeah, I have. If I have tab, I get the direct bearing. If I just hold down R, I get sheer range. And if I do tap R, then hold R, I get range as well as elevation difference.
There was a way, if I remember rightly, that you can tell the distance between two objects with the vector, right?
Protractor.
Yeah, so
Control
when
shift
Chrome is saying elevation, what he means is the distance from you to the object, which you then use on the mortar.
Yeah, I see that.
No, elevation is the height difference. So if I look, at the top of this thing, it's 28 meters above me.
Right,
Range is
that's
what
what I'm
you
talking about.
use.
So
Yeah. How are you doing that one then?
I don't get that. Right.
Might be because you
You
have
tap R and let go of R, and then
But-
immediately
but
have to
what-
hold down R
Right,
until the red
what's your
circle comes
R
up.
button configured to exactly?
it's configured to two things by
Right.
default.
Yeah,
Chroma, is this appearing to
so
the
you're
right
talking
of the
about
dot? So
vector,
right of the
hasn't it?
cross.
And
Yeah, I got a number on the right and a number on the left.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's your
Chroma,
distance.
this
That's a
doesn't-
laser from the binocular. It's bouncing back off the object. So that's. So, for example, if you point at that warehouse, it's 195 because it's about 200 meters away.
Yeah, and I've got a second set of numbers.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't see the.
I don't have that.
If you don't have it, don't worry about it. Elevation isn't too much of an issue with these mortars anyway.
You can get it from C-tab if you don't get it on that by
Yeah,
hovering
I was
over
gonna
where
come-
you are, and it will say your sea level. Then hover over where you're shooting, it will say that's sea level, and then take those numbers away from each other.
Yeah, so just to put it into a bit more detail, if you want to get your elevation difference, you bring up your large C-tab again. You hover over U, and it tells you the second number down, just underneath those coordinates. It tells you your heat height above sea level. And then if you look at the target, it tells you that height above sea level.
You'd have to get proper into math here because you don't have a sheet for these mortars. You don't have a range card, right? Because even if you have that information of your elevation distance, you don't know how to translate that into what to do with the mortar. So I don't think there's really a point to this.
Yeah, it's only for like extreme, like if you're firing up a steep hill or something like that, which you wouldn't ideally do anyway.
Yeah, if you were like firing up a mountain that's too.
And the idea is to do this fast, so you don't want to be sat around doing maths and figuring stuff out like this.
No.
So, yeah, so what we can do now, I can do an example of... Hang on. Can I copy paste this? I wrote up a thing earlier. No, I'm going to have to write it out manually. Okay. So requesting mortar fire. I'll do a simple thing. We can say
make sure you're inside.
How'd you get a bigger compass on your map, by the way?
Alpha, this is one actual message over.
I don't think you can anymore.
Oh, right.
How
Used to
do
be
you do
able
it, engineer?
Should be just double clicking on it.
Yeah, that I can't get it to work anymore. It used to do that.
Yeah,
Oh,
mine's
yeah,
not
yeah,
getting
double
any
click.
bigger.
Double
It's
click on the
not
compass.
significantly larger, but it
It helps.
Oh yeah, it actually works. Double click twice.
It just moves it for me.
Yeah, so, yeah.
You need to click at that copper thing in the middle of west, east, south, north.
Alright.
No, it doesn't work for me.
Anyway.
Can I just say something? I know that this is extremely pedantic, but lots of you guys use the term one actual to address a squad leader, whereas one actual is a platoon leader, the platoon leader of first platoon. Squad leader, in our case, is one actual. This is bugging me to no end.
That is pedantic. Well done.
It is extremely pedantic.
But we can, all our OCDs can appreciate that.
This is taking me a while to type.
Stay calm, Chromo, you can do it.
I'm slow at typing, man.
Oh no, you're not a one finger, are you?
No.
At least 2 fingers, I think.
2-finger search engine.
I'm a 4-finger.
Oof.
Oh.
Advanced.
Poor woman.
Poor woman. Jesus. Don't know where your mind is going.
Let's talk about
Is this-
vaginas.
Is this being typed in TeamSpeak?
I just
Well,
put,
no.
I put the controls in there for you on the vector if you wanted to check it out. Yeah, so Parks, you're right. You can find the distance between 2 points.
Yeah. But what controls it? Is it the same buttons that control?
It's kind of the same.
Yeah.
Okay,
R once.
you'd have to double tap and hold. So
That's what everyone's been saying.
no, but I've just been, I've
You just
just been
figured it out.
holding it.
Yeah, I'm
getting
trying
both.
that and it's broken for me. I think it doesn't work if you reassign the keys.
Have them both assigned to the same key.
Okay, Parks, so sorry, you were what to check
Yeah,
out?
that will likely break it.
Oh, it basically
I
just
don't-
changes the
yeah.
mode.
Yeah, I did.
Hold tab and press R as well, and it does some other shit.
Okay, so
Oh,
I
that's,
think this
that's
is right.
Mhm.
So requesting for mortar fire, you can do something like this. A alpha, this is 1-1 actual, message over.
We'll do it later. But
He replies, 1-1 actual, this is alpha, send message over. 1-1 actual to alpha, requesting ordnance on C-tab marker, break. 3 times HE on enemy infantry and bunker, over. And then they reply as alpha to 1-1 actual, copy, fire spot on marker. 3 times HE on enemy fortified position, break. ETA 1 minute, out.
How's
Okay.
this compared to the Dragon SOP, Blue? Can you say anything about that? Because I think it's quite different, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite different. This is a, this is a weapon that's to be used on the spot. So, yeah, you say how much you're gonna fire, you tell where you're firing it, and how long it's gonna take till it drops. Pretty much, that's all you what to say. With this
Yeah.
one,
we haven't got timers on this though, have we? That's the thing.
no, but you can guess the time. So this is a 60mm. Takes about 15 seconds to go up and then down again.
Can you just give us what the charges are, meters wise, distance wise? So like charge
What do you mean?
charge 0 is
Left side of the rangefinder on top.
Oh yeah. The larger numbers is for
charge
for the
1
charge 1, and then
on the right.
charge 0
Charge
is
0 is on the left. Okay, got
yeah.
it. Thank you.
Charge 0 is like 100 meters out to 480, and then charge 1 is 100 to 1300.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, just make sure you reload as well when you select them.
Can I just point out that in this comms example you gave, you're putting 3 rounds, so essentially fire for effect on your target straight away. That's not usually how we do it, or is it? Would you recommend that?
Well, you can't carry that many rounds, so you don't want to be putting spotting round out and then putting another spotting round out, trying to adjust and stuff like that. And you want to be doing this quick. So I mean, it's up to you, but I'd rather just get the rounds and put them down. As long as you're if you can be reliable with them, then I don't see why. Quite simple to use. So it shouldn't be as difficult. You're not using a range table. You're not firing it like several kilometers, so you can't be that.
So, would you prefer blowing a whole lot of ammo on a bullshit target and turning a lot of dirt then, instead of taking one of those rounds and then adjusting if it's off target? Does that really make sense? Because it doesn't to me.
I think it's up to the operator and the urgency of the situation, in my opinion, anyway. I don't think we've ever fired these and been firing them that far off target that it didn't make an effect.
A couple times we fired them, we've had the wrong charge in, and the spotting round did prevent us from wasting 4 or 5 rounds because we had the wrong charge loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's up to you.
Then I guess you would just have to get off the vehicle and redeploy the mortar to load it.
The whole
That's-
point of
that's
this is to
human
be
error, though.
fast.
That's-
The whole
Yeah.
point is we need fire support. We need fire support now.
And
we
I'll-
don't have time to do spotting around, adjustment, spotting around, and then actually fire.
I would agree. You don't get the charge wrong first time. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
It's like, you know.
I see Phil's got a point, you know. At the end
Yeah,
of the
I
day,
see
we
that
need it to
point
be
too.
effective,
But at the same time, you see, we need to be doing this quickly.
But doing something quickly and then not getting it right is pointless, isn't it? And it's a waste of time in the end. So if you want to do something quick, but do it properly at the same time, you don't waste any time. Whereas if you just do it as fast as you can, there's a larger margin for error. I'm not sure if I'm making sense, but this is the way I see it.
It's the bearing more than the distancing that is the problem
Yeah,
with this. So
because it's not precise. Yeah.
yeah, you have to set yourself up properly and then get into it, and don't basically move until you've finished your rounds, because
That was, in the beginning, I was sort of stamped down for saying, right, we can't properly measure bearings in this, but it is a genuine problem. If you fire this thing out to the limit of its range, a kilometer or something, and you're 1 degree off, you're going to turn dirt. It's as simple as that. But all of that is for later, I guess.
But I think I see Kramer's point as well. Like for stuff that's sort of 300 meters static, like a 45 position, or a stationary vehicle, you should be able to hit it. It's quite easy to range those ranges.
Yeah.
I think it's probably just situational. If we're firing 600, 700 meters, spotting rounds are probably definitely going to be required. But yeah,
if you've got the
200,
ammo,
300 meters.
if you've got the ammo and the time, then do it. Do the spotting rounds, I say. But you're in an urban environment, firing over buildings like 200, 300 meters away. I don't think it's necessary.
Agreed.
I suppose logistics is the issue, isn't it, as well? It's like you say, you can only carry so much, so you either load your fire team with, say, 2 guys with 6 rounds between them, or 7 rounds between them, or transport the ammo with you somehow, where you can basically deploy it, and, it's usually going to be, the start of the off that you're going to do that, so
I'm all for that.
at the start that you need to choose, find how you're going to use it. Are you going to use it as a combat weapon, or are you going to use it as a heavy weapon? Sort of.
You see on loads of combat videos of deployments in Afghanistan and Iraq where they have a truck, a vehicle, usually the infantry's vehicle, and they've just got boxes and boxes of different types of fuses, charges, everything for the handhelds and 203s, and you see them going back to it, loading up and going back onto the front line.
Yeah,
standard.
Very different from what we're doing here, though, because once again, what I see us doing here is integrating light mods into fire teams.
Yeah, what I mean
Again,
is
it's mobile combat units. So if we're adding this whole logistics stuff on top of it, we're simulating an artillery unit, and I don't think we want to do this.
no.
But again, that's also a bit off topic, I guess. But
Yeah.
that just highlights that, in my opinion, we haven't figured this thing out. We don't know what to do with it. We haven't the slightest idea how we can employ this effectively, right? So good that we're looking at it again.
Well, going back to the role of a mortar is to provide immediately available, responsive indirect fire that supports the maneuver of a squad, which is what you want to do. You got enemies holding out in a building, and you want to move up on that building. You fire mortars to assist the squad, suppressing the enemy. In that indirect fire and the crossover with the direct fire.
I could only see that work in tactical terms if your mortar was a separate element from your infantry squad. But that's just me.
I think it's like 203s. We need to get hands on, practice it, see where we're failing, and improve our skills. And only then will we be able to determine how useful it is in any given situation, which should lead us on.
Anyway, there's three parts to the comms section of this. So when you're requesting the fire, getting the direction, distance, the target, and what rounds you want up there, I've already walked through. And then just before you fire the mortar, you need to make everyone aware in the AO that you are about to fire a mortar on a position and where that position is, and then give an estimated time. Because you can't actually tell how long it's going to take, you haven't got a card or anything, you underestimate it so that people have time to get out. So, after all call signs, be advised, beginning fire mission on marker, break. 3 rounds going out, 15 seconds out. So, just simple, just letting everyone know what's happening. And then once the rounds, all 3 rounds have hit, you tell everyone that the fire support the rounds have hit and it's complete, and there's no more coming in. So after all call signs, rounds complete, requesting BDA on fire support. Over. So BDA, battle damage assessment. So somebody who has line of sight on the target can then, say, Alpha, this is Bravo, rounds on target, enemy position destroyed, out. So it's just a bit of feedback it's like when you fire AT, the person with the AT needs to get out of the way straight away, and somebody else can tell them if he hit or not. Mm-hmm. The same thing. But yeah.
Cool.
I think that's all I have to say for the theory stuff. And I wanted to go into buddy teams of 2, and go over to where is it? Exercise Rain, which is on one of these flags, and make sure you've all loaded up on mortar fire, and we'll go in and do all this.
Cool.
Teams.
Could the admin turn the rain off by any chance?
It is Exercise Rain.
How do you turn off the rain?
Can be exercised, was raining.
A module for it.
That's not it.
I don't worry.
Right, anyone who without a partner, who isn't in natural teams,
who's
I'm free.
Getting your buddy teams split up.
Alrighty.
And we'll get some. I don't know if we want to do this one at a time.
Maybe
Do you reckon we've got enough time to do this, one buddy team at a time?
Probably not.
Alright then. Never mind. Here you go, Luke.
It's a plastic tube.
I suggest we split the teams up sufficiently so we're not talking over each other.
Right, everyone just move your buddy teams, go find a place. We're going to be just engaging targets in the target area to the southeast of us here.
Alright, go over the fence parks.
I've trained on my own.
There is a whisper function, just so you know.
Try both using the C tab and doing it manually with a compass and the vector. Just so you get a feel of both types of spotting.
Now,
so are we just choosing our own targets, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Now, the only thing I'm not sure about is once I'm in the mortar, it's very difficult to get a direction, isn't it? You have to do it before.
Yeah.
You get yelling, I think.
So the way I do it is, unless somebody's sort of telling me, let's say I'm telling you, I'll just give you a target of that 2-story. So got bearing 172.
Keep in mind that
right,
you don't
copy
necessarily need.
So if you bring your compasser and then
bearings.
find 172 and then just don't turn left or right and get your mortar out using Ace Interact.
Right.
And then you'll be on it as soon as you get in it, basically.
Okay.
But
so you need to give me a range.
yeah. So the range is 345.
345.
Yep. What you need to do is choose your charge and then push R to reload.
Alright, I think that's it.
Okay. So would you want us to call this on the radio?
Not for now. Let's just see if... Okay, rounds out.
Yeah.
Round out. And then I'll adjust fire.
Yeah.
How's it going?
That was slightly left. You need to come right about, I don't know, a degree and a half.
Alright, round out.
That's going right. You don't want us to do this over the radio?
I might, towards the end, I might try and run through the full procedure with a couple teams, maybe a couple of these buddy teams.
Okay. You're a little bit far. Come back 10 meters. You can. 20
Copy.
meters.
Round out. I mean, if it's 10-20 meters, infantry,
Yeah,
that would hurt infantry.
It was like you came left a little bit. You need to go right, sort of. Yeah, you can see the building right. So.
Alright.
Difficult once you sort of get in and then you've moved, you've lost your sort of heading.
Yeah, exactly. Round out.
Oh, on target.
Good shit.
Lay it down if you've got any more.
Round out.
To yourself.
Oh, no ammo. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Alright. Your turn. Let's see. Oh, nice. Alright, building site. Yellow crane, I think.
Okay.
So.
Bearing.
Stand by.
I can see it, so...
Bearing 149 degrees. 330 meters.
330. So I want charge 0.
Yeah.
Are you guys getting on? Getting rounds on target?
Yeah, eventually.
Are you close?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it took me 3 rounds. And this is Parker's first round. We'll go for the yellow crane.
Oh, crane. What you can also do is you can go directly behind him and check what his range is on the weapon.
Yeah,
and
copy.
see kind of visually confirm that it's lined up.
Copy. That was good distance, but you're to the right, so stand by for another vector. $150 degrees on the money.
I need to come left, correct?
Yeah, 150 at 330.
Come left about a degree, firing.
Ooh, okay. Drop it down by 5 meters. So walk it forward.
Firing.
Just do one more round each and we'll all regroup by the flag.
Firing. No more ammo.
Copy. On target.
Cool. That hit the top.
That's target destroyed. Nice. Damn. That's yeah. That's easy.
Yeah, it's like once you get the hang of it, once you've done it a few times, you get a muscle memory, don't you? And it's kind of quite easy to get onto it.
I think that's the point. We just need this practice to be
Yeah.
able to. It's all very well talking about it, but
Yeah.
actually getting the practice in
Yeah.
means that we know how effective it can be in what situation.
I like the versatility of the fact that you can carry it as a rocket. Is
Definitely, yeah.
is nice. You know, you don't have to assemble it. You just get in, and then it's there. That's the you can use it in multiple ways. I think quickly with the fire team, or you can set it up as a heavy. If you want.
Yeah, I think it would just take a bit of practice for us to get used to using it, and when we should and when we shouldn't.
You definitely need a partner.
Have any of you guys got rounds left over, by the way?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I only got 2 rounds, and
I wish there was degradations of.
I want to do one where we run
meters.
through all the comms as well.
Yeah, if this thing had bearings on it, it would be lethal.
Yeah, it would be.
It'd be lethal.
Yeah.
I don't know if somebody could
Only
like
if you
mod
could
the
use,
code so we get like a compass. You know, when you're in a helicopter or a
Yeah.
vehicle, you get a compass at the top of the screen.
Or even be able to bring up your compass while the mortar.
Or even bring it up, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
I was just thinking, because the mortar counts as a vehicle, you might be able to get like the vehicle compass come up at the top.
You could do it not even with a mod. You could just do it in the mission file. It'd be really rudimentary, but
That's all it needs to be.
Force the
like
compass
just
on
when
the screen.
user is in a vehicle which is this mortar and they press like I don't know P on their keyboard, it like hints what bearing they're looking at or something.
Yeah.
Like
That's
in
the
Sojo.
simplest way.
And then we stop updating.
Yeah. I want Phil's maps to be.
You all want to regroup by the flag? I want to run through the comms stuff, do some real life fire with the comms.
With the cunts.
The comms.
I understood the cunts. I was like, seriously, you call us fucking cunts?
Jesus.
Nicely, folks, you got it.
I've never heard you say that, Cicada, and now you're saying it 5 times. What's the matter with you? And again.
Alright.
I think everyone should carry one of these. We do a synchronized, mortar barrage.
I'll do my breaching with the M60 mortar. Any survivors? No, great.
Through the window and just fire.
One thing I don't like, it looks like you are going to breach your ass every time you shoot.
Yeah,
Standing over it.
Got a graphic glitch which sucks. Man.
Yeah. Didn't you know you actually stick it up your ass and shoot yourself through the target?
Spit it out.
Yeah.
Let's see if these guys are right.
I find if you get out and get into it a couple of times, then it breaks essentially the animation. There we go.
Yeah, it's like you're holding a rocket launch.
It's frustrating. It's quite a good little mod, but then there's those two things.
I holding
that
a
just
rocket
make it
launcher?
awesome.
Was I holding it on my shoulder?
Yeah.
You were.
Yeah, for
Okay.
a few seconds.
Ah, okay.
Are they on their way? Right. Anyway, we'll start with
Panzer
that one.
Shrek.
So last 15 minutes, I wanna do use the comms that were laid out on the map and try and go through that a few times with some people. So I'm gonna play the role of one actual, and obviously whoever the person is that's doing the BDA at the end. And I need one of the teams to volunteer. Who wants to do the?
Yep.
Have you got rounds left?
I haven't got rounds, so I'll need someone with a round.
Someone want to donate a few rounds?
I'm spent.
Has anyone got rounds left?
I've got rounds.
I've got a
left.
few.
So the flag's right here, so you could just go back and grab some.
Who needs rounds? I've got them.
But he could do that.
Wonder, can I take the crate with me?
User left your channel.
People are still moving, so
Zeus broken.
Akmos is mostly broken. It looks like.
What's dancing rain?
Now it's gonna have another hiccup.
I heard your mouse.
Raving.
Heard your mouse.
Right, what are we doing, guys?
Still broken.
Who's my
Is it
team?
not spelled Z-99?
Alright, I'll,
Is it spelled Z99?
I'll
VZ99.
I'll do. I'll be
Targeting
spotter.
on
Who
empty.
have I got? Who wants to join me as a
It's in the
mortar
objects.
operator?
I can do it.
All right,
I can do it.
cool. Tech.
That should be enough.
Right, I'll mark a target for you. Hang on the
Wait.
C tab.
On me, Tech.
Want some more?
Do you, sir? Really? Do you want some more?
I have 3 rounds.
Wonderful.
Hey.
Right, what are we doing? What is it we're doing?
It's live comms.
Hang on.
Is that 0843? Yeah, you've just given me.
Yeah. Hang on.
Alpha, this is one actual. Message over.
One actual. This is Alpha. Send your message.
One actual to Alpha requesting ordnance on C-tab marker 0848. 3 times enemy infantry and BTR. Over.
Copy. 3 HE on standby. 1 actual to Alpha. Oh no, that's you, innit? Over to 1 actual. Copy. Fire support on marker 0848. 3 break. 3 high explosives on 3 times infantry, break, and BTR. How copy?
Good copy. 1-1 actual out.
Copy. ETA 2 mics. Alright, get that out.
Yeah.
Alright, Tech. It's 090.
090.
Yep.
That's the.
So almost directly east.
Bearing.
Yeah, 090 is the bearing.
090. Yes.
Yep.
Mortar. Checking the bearing. Adjusting. Everything is good.
090, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, 1,025 meters, and it will be charge 1.
Charge 1.
So you have to interact with it. Go to charge 1.
The distance again?
1,025 meters.
1,025 meters. Could be around there. You see the target?
Negative. Ready to fire?
Checking the 090.
090, 1,025 meters.
It's going out.
Rounds out.
And you said 3?
Yep. Alpha to all call signs, rounds complete. Requesting BDA on fire support, over.
Are the rounds complete?
Rounds complete.
Alpha, this is one actual rounds off target. Check fire.
Copy, stand by.
You're looking at the right C tab marker.
0843 off to the east, yeah?
0848.
I don't see a 0843 on my C tab.
Oh, right, okay, so you wanted 0848. Alright, okay. How many more have you got?
If you want to give somebody else a go.
Yeah. So I was looking at the other
Somebody else
marker
can
off to the
have a
east.
I have
We got the other
Another
marker.
Another buddy team. Another buddy team.
I don't
Luke.
mind if you want.
Parker, Luke.
Yep.
Luke. Go Parker. Yes. I
has
said
anybody got-
go with Parker.
Anybody that's got rounds in their mortar, come with me.
I have.
Luke.
Tech can do it then. No, never mind.
Okay. Let Luke do it.
Are we going for the same marker, correct?
Just so you know,
Standby.
I hit the target Pilgrim gave me.
Yeah.
This is 1-1 actual message over.
Yeah, you did.
One actual, this is Alpha. Send message over.
1-1 actual to Alpha requesting ordnance on C-tab marker 0850. Break 3 times HE on infantry in shed. Over.
Alpha to 1 actual copy on 0850. 3 times HE on enemy infantry in shed.
I'm listening to the rain.
A little blue shed just to the east-northeast. Or the tree line.
Oh yeah. Poor shed.
There you go. There's all the vector controls on the top left of the map.
Jesus.
And there's pedancy in the center of the map.
Actual, this is Alpha message.
Send.
Rounds out.
It goes. The apex.
Copy rounds out.
And watch it and see it.
You can see it.
Yeah, and see it. And
Slightly right.
Yeah.
Left.
I'm not sure if he's.
It goes.
using-
Actual, this is Alpha. Rounds complete.
Gosh.
VDA on fire support, over.
Copy Alpha standby.
All around the target and not hit it.
This is 1-1 actual. Rounds on target. Enemy position still standing. Out. So that's, I guess, an example of how much it wanders. So it was left and right. I'm assuming you didn't adjust and wiggle it about when you were firing them, did you? A little bit. Okay.
What's the wind doing?
I don't think the wind affects it. I just
It
think
can.
it is slightly inaccurate.
I think it does. I'm not sure how much, but
the wind affects it, but it does. It is inaccurate as well.
That was
Yeah.
infantry out in the open though, kaboom.
Even in the shed, I think that would have done a lot of damage to the
Hmm.
people. So, I mean, I guess we'll never know. You want to do one more, or got 4 minutes?
Time.
One more
4
team.
minutes. Rapid deployment. Do you reckon you could do it quickly, Phil?
Well, Luke and Engineer. Or Luke
Oh,
and
I'm
Phil.
not ready.
Luke and Engineer. Show
Not
us how it's
ready.
done.
Luke's just done one. So, engineer and somebody else who's feeling confident.
I have some rounds. I can shoot.
Okay.
On tech.
Alright.
You got 3
No one
minutes.
spot me.
Go.
I'll get a closer one.
Huey's going to be your teammate. Ted.
Pilgrim, do you want to shot till? One more shot. Get it right this time.
Uh,
Tech, Huey's doing it.
can do.
I'm.
If Engie...
Okay.
No, Engie wants to do it. Go on.
Yeah.
Well, then,
Okay.
do it.
Huey's doing it.
I'm in, yeah.
Didn't see you.
You're gonna.
Alpha, this is 1-1 actual. Message
Yeah,
over.
I'm doing it.
This is Alpha. Send your message over.
1-1 actual to Alpha requesting ordnance on C-tab marker 0857. Break. 2 times HE on enemy compound. Over.
Alpha copies. CTAB marker break.
0857 compound 2 times high explosive. ETA 1 minute. Out.
ETA, I didn't do that. Damn it.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So, I mean,
Shocking.
ETA is a difficult one.
Yeah.
can
You guys somehow guess, you know, figure it. We gotta figure out where it is. It all ranged up, and then fire.
Okay, 096.
Yeah.
Just set the fucking cargo tower over there to it.
I'll be right back.
This is all about the confidence of the mortar firer.
About
so.
there.
With a good spot, it's telling you exactly what you need to push. Right.
Look, I ran that marker past Cromer and he said yes, it was that one.
Oh no!
Didn't think that.
That seems like it's this.
I didn't even see that 0843 all the way over there.
Oxman coming in for his 2-minute training session.
Exactly 200 meters.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Firing.
You did a recap. Are we done?
This is Alpha. Rounds going out.
Man, shoot 10.
Actually, landing on this should be quite quick.
Yeah.
Boom!
Here comes the next one, and
What?
No, no.
Kasploshy.
You were off for 5 seconds.
well, it's very difficult to see the terrain when you're looking through this.
Chroma, call it when you want me to hash it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to
This
ask
is
for
Alpha.
this.
Rounds complete.
Copy that, Alpha. This one actual rounds on target. Enemies destroyed.
Cool. Are you admin then? You can hash it probably now if you want to. So I think that was a successful mission.